Good morning and welcome. Today we are going to travel to a beautiful, rugged island in the heart of the Mediterranean. We are going to Sardinia. This island is famous for something very special. It is home to an incredible number of people who live to be 100 years old or even older. We often hear that the secret to a long life is all about diet and exercise. We are told to eat our greens, walk 10,000 steps and keep our bodies moving. And of course, those things are very important. But what if I told you that was only part of the story? What if the true secret to Sardinian longevity is hidden not just on their plates but in their very way of life? Before we begin, I have a simple question for you. Who is the oldest person you know? And what is one thing you truly admire about them? Please take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments below. For many years, when we have looked at places like Sardinia, our focus has been very narrow. We have studied their diets, which are often rich in vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. We have looked at their physical activity, which is usually consistent and built into their daily lives. This has led many to believe that if we simply copy their menu and their exercise routine, we too can unlock the secret to a long and healthy life. But this is what I call the longevity myth. It is the idea that health is a simple recipe with only 2 ingredients. Today we are going to debunk that myth. We are going to explore the other equally important ingredients that are often overlooked. Let's first set the scene. Imagine a place where the air is clean and the sun is warm. Picture rolling hills covered in fragrant herbs. See ancient stone towers called nuraghe that have stood for thousands of years as silent witnesses to history. Visualize small villages where houses are clustered together and the streets are made for walking, not for rushing cars. This is the landscape of Sardinia. It is a place where time seems to move at a different pace. It is a land that feels ancient and deeply connected to the cycles of nature. The people here have a relationship with their environment that is profound. It is not just a backdrop for their lives, it is a part of who they are. The promise of our discussion today is to go beyond the obvious. We will venture past the dinner table. We will walk beyond the shepherd's path. We will delve into the heart of Sardinian culture to understand the powerful forces of community, purpose, and mindset. These are the elements that create a foundation for a long life, a foundation so strong that it can support a person for over a century. We will learn that longevity is not something you chase. It is something that unfolds naturally when all the right conditions are in place. So let's begin our journey to uncover what truly makes the people of Sardinia so remarkably resilient and long-lived. One of the most powerful secrets to Sardinian longevity is something we cannot measure in a lab. It is the incredible strength of their community and family bonds. In our modern world, we often speak of independence as a great virtue. We value self-reliance and the ability to stand on our own. But in Sardinia, the greatest strength comes from interdependence, from leaning on one another. Think back to those ancient stone towers, the nuraghe. These incredible structures were built thousands of years ago without any mortar to hold the stones together. They stand strong because each massive stone is perfectly placed to support the others around it. If you were to remove one stone, the entire structure could be weakened. This is a perfect metaphor for the Sardinian community. Each person is like a stone in that structure. They are an essential part of the whole, giving and receiving support in equal measure. From the day a child is born, they are woven into a dense social fabric. This fabric is made up of parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and neighbors who all live in close proximity. A child in a Sardinian village is not raised by 2 parents alone. They are raised by the entire village. There is always someone there to offer a helping hand, a piece of advice, or a watchful eye. This creates a profound sense of security and belonging that lasts a lifetime. As people grow older, this support network becomes even more important. Unlike in many Western societies where older adults may live alone or in specialized facilities, in Sardinia, it is common for multiple generations to live under one roof or as next-door neighbors. The elders are not seen as a burden. They are revered. They are the keepers of family history, the masters of traditional recipes, and the source of invaluable wisdom. Their role in the family is active and essential. A grandmother might spend her day cooking for the family, teaching her grandchildren how to make pasta by hand. A grandfather might tend the vegetable garden that feeds everyone, or repair things around the house with skills he has honed over a lifetime. They are not just present, they are contributing members of the household. They have a daily purpose, a reason to get up in the morning. This active involvement keeps their minds sharp and their spirits high. They are constantly engaged in problem-solving, storytelling, and nurturing the younger generation. This stands in stark contrast to the isolation and loneliness that can become a serious health risk for older adults in other parts of the world. Chronic loneliness can be as damaging to our health as smoking half a pack of cigarettes a day. The constant social interaction in Sardinia provides a powerful antidote to this. We can think of this as a form of social prescribing. In modern medicine, a doctor might prescribe a pill to lower blood pressure. In Sardinia, the culture itself prescribes daily doses of human connection. A chat with a neighbor over the garden fence, a shared meal with 3 generations of family, an evening stroll through the village square, greeting friends along the way. Each of these interactions is like a small dose of medicine for the soul. This consistent, low-level social engagement works to keep stress hormones like cortisol in check. The feeling of being part of a supportive tribe can lower stress as effectively as a 30-minute session of gentle yoga or meditation. It provides a buffer against the worries and challenges of life. When someone faces a hardship, whether it is an illness, a financial problem, or a personal loss, they are never alone. The community rallies around them. Neighbors bring food, family members offer to help with chores, friends provide a listening ear. This unwavering support system means that the burden of any problem is shared among many shoulders, making it much lighter to bear. This deep sense of connection provides something that no amount of money or medicine can buy. It provides a sense of being known, valued, and loved unconditionally. It is the bedrock upon which these long and healthy lives are built. The Sardinian way of life teaches us a profound lesson. The strength of our relationships is one of the greatest predictors of our health and happiness. It reminds us that we are social creatures, and we thrive not in isolation, but in connection. Another fundamental aspect of Sardinian longevity is their relationship with time. In our modern world, we are often obsessed with speed and efficiency. We have fast food, high-speed internet, and schedules packed from morning until night. We celebrate being busy, often wearing our exhaustion like a badge of honor. The culture in Sardinia offers a completely different approach. It is a culture of slow living. This does not mean they are lazy or unproductive. Far from it. It means that they do not live in a state of constant urgency. There is a natural rhythm to their day, one that is often dictated by the sun and the seasons, not by a ticking clock. Imagine a life where meals are not rushed, events squeezed between appointments. In Sardinia, a midday meal can be a long, leisurely affair lasting for hours. It is a time for family to gather, to talk, to laugh, and to truly savor the food and each other's company. This simple act of eating slowly and mindfully has profound benefits for digestion and overall health. But more importantly, it reinforces the value of taking time for the things that matter. This absence of hurry has a direct impact on their physical and mental well-being. Constant rushing creates a state of chronic stress in our bodies. It keeps our fight-or-flight response activated, which over time can lead to a host of health problems, including high blood pressure, heart disease, and a weakened immune system. The Sardinian lifestyle naturally keeps these stress levels low. They do not see time as an enemy to be conquered, but as a companion to be enjoyed. This philosophy extends to their approach to work and physical activity. For many of us, exercise is something we have to schedule into our busy lives. We carve out an hour to go to the gym or for a run. It is a separate activity, often seen as a chore. In Sardinia, physical activity is not a separate event. It is seamlessly integrated into the fabric of their daily lives. Many of the centenarians, especially the men, have spent their lives as shepherds. Their daily routine involves walking for miles over the rugged, hilly terrain of the island. This is not a high-intensity workout. It is a consistent, low-level activity that they do every single day. This type of natural movement is incredibly beneficial for cardiovascular health, joint mobility, and maintaining muscle mass as we age. It is the kind of movement our bodies were designed for. Others have spent their lives as farmers or gardeners. Their days are filled with the physical tasks of tending to the land. They bend, they lift, they dig, they carry. This is functional fitness in its purest form. Even daily chores like kneading bread by hand, washing clothes, or walking to the local market for groceries contribute to their overall activity levels. Their environment encourages movement. The villages are often built on hills with steep streets and many stairs. Walking is the primary mode of transportation. They are not consciously exercising, they are simply living. Their daily life requires them to move, and this constant natural motion keeps their bodies strong and capable well into old age. Furthermore, there is a deep, almost spiritual connection to nature. The Sardinians have lived on this land for millennia. They understand its rhythms and respect its power. Their lives are intertwined with the cycles of the seasons. They know when to plant, when to harvest, and how to read the signs of the weather. This constant interaction with the natural world has a grounding and calming effect. Spending time outdoors, breathing fresh air, and feeling the sun on your skin has been shown to reduce stress, improve mood, and boost overall well-being. For a Sardinian shepherd, his office is the vast open landscape. For a grandmother, her sanctuary is the garden behind her home. This connection provides a sense of perspective. When you are surrounded by the ancient mountains and the vast sea, your own problems can seem smaller and more manageable. It fosters a sense of being part of something much larger than oneself. This slow living is not about doing less. It is about doing things with more intention and presence. It is about a life that is physically active in a natural way, a life that is in sync with the environment, and a life that is free from the chronic stress of modern urgency. This gentle, unhurried pace is undoubtedly one of the key ingredients in their recipe for a long and vibrant life. Beyond community and a slower pace of life, there is another powerful element at play in Sardinia. It is the mindset of the people, their outlook on life and their unwavering sense of purpose. A long life is not just about the health of the body, it is equally about the health of the mind and spirit. The Sardinians possess a remarkable mental fortitude and a clear reason for being, which sustains them through the decades. One of the most important aspects of this mindset is the concept of active aging. In many modern cultures, retirement is seen as an end. It is the end of a career, the end of productivity, and for some, the end of a meaningful role in society. This can lead to a sense of purposelessness and a rapid decline in both mental and physical health. In Sardinia, there is no such hard stop. People do not simply retire and become inactive. Instead, their role and purpose evolve. As we have discussed, elders are not pushed to the sidelines, they are the respected core of the family and community. Their purpose shifts from perhaps the hard physical labor of their youth to the vital work of nurturing the next generation. A centenarian's purpose might be as simple and as profound as being there to share a story with a great-grandchild. It might be passing down a traditional skill like weaving or cheesemaking. It might be offering the wisdom that comes from a century of experience to help solve a family problem. This continuous sense of being needed and valued is incredibly powerful. It provides a reason to wake up each morning. When you know that your family depends on your wisdom, your skills, or even just your presence, it gives your life a deep and abiding meaning. This sense of purpose is like a powerful fuel for longevity. It keeps the mind engaged and the spirit alive. Another key part of the Sardinian mindset is their resilience. Life on this rugged island has not always been easy. Throughout history, they have faced poverty, hardship, and isolation. This has forged a culture that is incredibly tough and resilient. They have a stoic acceptance of life's challenges. They do not expect life to be perfect or free from pain. They understand that adversity is a natural part of the human experience. This perspective allows them to weather life's storms without being broken by them. They possess a dry, witty sense of humor, which they often use to diffuse tension and cope with difficult situations. They are not prone to complaining or dwelling on negativity. Instead, they focus on what needs to be done, and they get on with it, supported by their family and community. This resilience is not about being emotionless. It is about having the inner strength and the external support to face challenges head-on and keep moving forward. This mental toughness is a critical asset for a long life. It protects them from the chronic stress and anxiety that can be so damaging to our health. Finally, there is a powerful sense of place that gives their lives a solid foundation. Sardinians have a deep and unbreakable bond with their homeland. Their identity is intrinsically linked to their village, their family history, and the island itself. In a world where many of us move frequently for work or other reasons, this deep-rooted connection is becoming rare. Knowing exactly where you come from and where you belong provides a powerful sense of security and identity. This is their place in the world, and they are a part of its long unfolding story. This connection to their heritage gives them a sense of continuity and permanence. They are a link in a chain that stretches back for generations and will continue long after they are gone. This perspective helps to put the small daily worries into a much larger context. It fosters a sense of gratitude for their culture, their traditions, and their place in the world. This combination of active purpose, a resilient spirit, and a deep sense of belonging creates a powerful psychological armor. It protects them from the despair, isolation, and purposelessness that can shorten lives. It is the why that powers their journey through life. It is the understanding that their life has a meaning and that they are an important part of a story that is much bigger than themselves. This robust mindset is the invisible yet essential pillar supporting their remarkable longevity. We have journeyed to the heart of Sardinia and explored the pillars of community, pace, and purpose that support their long lives. Now comes the most important question. What can we learn from them? Most of us do not live in a small Sardinian village. We live in busy cities and suburbs, often far from our extended families. We cannot simply pack up and move to the Mediterranean, but we can integrate the principles of the Sardinian lifestyle into our own lives, no matter where we are. It is not about making radical changes overnight. It is about taking small intentional steps to reshape our environment and our daily habits. Let's talk about some actionable takeaways. First, let's focus on community. You do not need to live in a multi-generational household to foster stronger connections. Start by making a commitment to reach out to one person each day. It could be a phone call to a family member, a text message to an old friend, or a short conversation with your neighbor over the fence. This small effort, done consistently, can begin to rebuild your social fabric. Consider finding a third place. This is a place that is not your home or your workplace where you can build community. It could be a local coffee shop, a library, a community center, a place of worship, or a hobby club. Finding a place where you see familiar faces regularly can combat isolation and create new friendships. Make family meals a priority, even if it is just once a week. Put away the phones, turn off the television, and simply talk. Sharing a meal is a timeless way to connect and strengthen bonds. Next, let's address the pace of life. You may not be able to slow down your entire life, but you can create pockets of slow living in your day. Start with your morning coffee or tea. Instead of drinking it while rushing around, take 5 minutes to sit down and simply savor it. Notice the warmth of the cup, the aroma, and the taste. This small act of mindfulness can set a calmer tone for your entire day. Look for ways to build natural movement into your routine. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Park your car a little farther from the entrance of the store. If you can, try some simple gardening, even if it is just a few herbs in pots on a windowsill. The act of tending to a living thing is both a form of gentle exercise and a connection to nature. Take a nature pill. Make an effort to spend at least 20 minutes outdoors each day. This could be a walk in a local park or simply sitting on a bench and listening to the birds. The calming effect of being in a natural environment is a powerful antidote to modern stress. Finally, let's cultivate purpose and a resilient mindset. If you are retired or no longer working, find a new way to contribute. Volunteering is a wonderful way to find purpose and build community at the same time. Share your skills. Whether you are a great cook, a skilled woodworker, or a fantastic storyteller, find someone to teach. Passing on your knowledge to a younger person is a deeply meaningful act. Practice gratitude. Each day, take a moment to think of 3 things you are thankful for. This simple exercise can shift your mindset from focusing on what is wrong to appreciating what is right. Embrace a sense of place. Learn about the history of your own town or neighborhood. Visit local landmarks. Support local businesses. By investing in your own community, you can begin to feel more rooted and connected to where you live. The ultimate lesson from Sardinia is that we need to redefine our understanding of health. Health is not something that comes from a pill or a fad diet. It is not a series of isolated habits. It is a holistic lifestyle. It is a tapestry woven from the threads of strong social connections, a life of purpose, a gentle pace and natural movement. The food they eat and the exercise they get are just two threads in this much richer, more complex picture. So let's begin today. Let's make a call to community in our own lives. Let's reach out, slow down and find our purpose. We may not all live to be 100, but by embracing the wisdom of the Sardinian Centenarians, we can certainly live healthier, happier, and more connected lives. Thank you for joining me for this discussion today. If you found this conversation helpful and thought-provoking, please consider subscribing to the channel for more conversations like this one. Please remember, I am not a doctor. The information shared here is based on extensive research and experience in helping people with their lifestyle and dietary choices. Always consult with your own healthcare provider for any personal health concerns.